What's up, fight fans? This is Hill with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning trainer Javon Hill Steward. He believes that the current heavyweight division is the most exciting in a long time. He says it's a very exciting one. One person doesn't have all the belts. You got to scramble for who's the boss and who's the big daddy. That brings the excitement to the division. That's what, according to Steward. He also said, even though I didn't see the fight, I'm sad to say, and yet I don't have any views on that fight yet. Joshua definitely has the ability to worry Fury. He's a big guy. Anthony Joshua proved it with the Vladimir Klitschko fight, and he's going to give anybody problems. Those three fighting are the top guys. They are going to give anybody problems. Now these guys, Wilder and Fury, have to fight and have to beat each other now. That's what's so exciting, he added. He said Wilder and Joshua is hands down the biggest event the world wants to see. Although in UK, Joshua versus Fury takes precedence, according to both AJ and promoter Eddie Hearn, either way, Joshua is beginning to clear the path to facing the winner in the summer. That's provided the loser of February 22nd doesn't invoke the contracted rematch clause. Those are the words of Javon Hill. Now, I have to agree with Javon to a certain extent with the three guys. Yes, with those guys fighting each other, I think they will all give each other problems some type of way. It will be some type of problem. Even if you outbox Deontay Wilder, he could still knock you out. You know, even though you can hurt Tyson Fury, he can still outbox you. Even though you might have Joshua hurt, he has the capability of hurting you back. So a lot of these guys fighting each other, these three guys fighting each other, it looks very exciting for these three guys, but it's bigger than that. You know, and we've seen how big it was just as of last year. You have Andy Ruiz, he was able to upset Joshua. How many other fighters are able to have that capability to upset Joshua? We don't know that yet. Why? Because he hasn't fought them yet. Neither is these other fighters. See, we have Fury and Deontay Wilder. This is a redo. Okay, we know what could happen. We know Fury can outbox Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder has the capability of knocking Fury's head off. We know that. But what we don't know is what will happen if Fury goes in there and fights Alexander Usyk. Or better yet, Wilder and Usyk. Or Wilder and White. Or White in Fury. Or, you know, like we don't know what these fights will come about. Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder versus Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Miller versus White. You know, you have so many different clashes and matchups that could possibly happen with these guys that are just under those top three. And I say just under those top three because they are still good opponents. They're good opponents, and they don't have a lot of losses. They haven't lost, if lost any. Okay, because, you know, a lot of these guys are still undefeated. Look at Jarrell Miller. Look at Alexander Usyk. These guys are still undefeated, people. So it looks good. We don't really know what will happen until these guys fight each other. But yeah, the top three, they look exciting. We do have a redo, like I said, a rematch between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. You know, the thing that really interests me the most in this, not really even the fight, is the buildup. But then, you know, they just really broke my heart because they said they really wouldn't have a lot of buildup in press conferences and stuff like that. So it won't be a lot of face-to-face interaction. You know, I hope there's some. If they're smart, I mean, I guess they have to use common sense when it comes to promoting, you know. But anyway, Javon Hill, what I do question and I counterpunch, how the hell you're not going to see Klitschko Joshua? How you not going to see that fight? You used to train Klitschko, for Christ's sake, and you never saw the fight? Where the hell were you at? I guess those guys must be busy in their own bubble training other fighters or whatnot, not to catch what's going on currently. And that been damn near 3 years ago. You know what I mean? But I guess what else, the other times that he had to look at Joshua and see and observe how Joshua fights, I guess he drew that conclusion that Joshua would give all these guys problems, you know. But this here tells you that I look at Javon Sugar Hill is a pretty he's a pretty narrow-minded, or not narrow-minded, but a broad-minded fighter. I mean, trainer, to really just look at the landscape for what it is, you know, because a lot of these fighters, you know, these trainers, they only believe in the fighter that they train. He's looking at it more as as a broad and what these fighters can do with each other, you know. So yeah, I appreciate his honesty, because a lot of trainers really honestly wouldn't give props to other fighters, you know. But anyway, I thought that was interesting that Javon Sugar Hill would give his take on things, because he really hasn't had a lot to say since training, which is probably a good idea because he's busy training Tyson the Gypsy King Fury take on Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Javon Sugar Hill's comments. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.